Hey guys, I'm Nisa Homey. Today I'm sharing a high protein sprouts dosha batter recipe. This is an original recipe and it is for the first time this recipe is being uploaded on YouTube. This high protein, high fiber dosha batter is an all-in-one batter with which you can make soft idlis, spongy set dosha, crispy doshas, uthappams. And the plus point is you get the added benefits of sprouts. A healthy protein-rich dosha batter for adults and for fussy kids. I mean, no one will know you have sneaked in some sprouts into this batter. So let's get started with the recipe. Into a bowl, I'm adding in 1 cup of njavara rice. Njavara rice is a traditional variety of red rice. It is known as njavara or njavara in Malayalam. Njavara rice is high in fiber. It's a good source of B vitamins, especially B1 minerals like zinc and iron. Add in 1/4 cup urad dal, 1 teaspoon methi seeds, also known as fenugreek seeds. Add in some water, wash and rinse it a couple of times. Once rinsed, add in some more water and allow it to soak for about 5 to 6 hours. It's about 5 to 6 hours since the rice and dal has been soaking. So I'm going to rinse it a couple of times and then I'm going to add it into my blender jar. Adding the soaked rice into the blender jar. Add in 1/2 cup cooked red rice. Here I am using cooked njavara rice. However, if you don't have cooked red rice at hand, you can use red rice poha. The poha of the thick red rice variety can be used. Next, I'm adding in 1 cup of green moong sprouts. Adding green moong sprouts into this dosha will help to make it more nutrient dense along with giving you more fiber and protein. Also note that I'm using whole grains in this recipe which will give you the added fiber. Always try to include whole grains in your diet. Into this I'm adding in 1 cup of green moong sprouts. 1 teaspoon sea salt or as needed. Add in 1.5 cups water. The water should be just above the ingredients. And now I'm going to blend all this really well. Pour the blended batter into a serving bowl. With my hand I'm mixing the batter. I'm just squishing and mixing the batter. This step is very important as this will help with the easy fermentation of the dosha batter. So try not to skip it. Once nicely mixed, cover it with a lid and let it sit overnight or for about 8 to 10 hours to ferment. And the next day morning, the batter is nicely fermented. Let me just show you how airy the batter is. The batter is perfectly fermented. See the small bubbles on the batter? This shows fermentation happened really well. So the plus point with this batter is that you have more protein and fiber from adding the sprouts. This is also a great way to include more protein and fiber in your family's diet, especially in your children's diet. They will not even guess there are sprouts in this dosha. It's an all-in-all healthy protein and fiber rich dosha batter. The best thing about this dosha batter is that it stays good in the refrigerator for up to 3 to 4 days. So this is an ideal way to meal prep. You can make this on a weekend and breakfast for the next 3 to 4 days will be sorted. I'm sharing a probiotic rich, healthy, gut friendly coconut chutney to go for this dosha. So into my small chutney grinder, I'm adding in about 1/2 cup of freshly grated coconut. Add in 1 shallot, also known as cherry ulli in Malayalam, for that extra iron and folate. Instead of shallots, you can use 1/4 of an onion. 1/3 teaspoon sea salt or as needed. A sprig of fresh curry leaves for that extra iron and folate. I'm using my fermented chilies. I have already shared how to ferment chilies. From this, I'm taking 2 to 3 slices of the green chilies. This will be about half of that green chili. You can add green chilies as per your spice tolerance. And I'm also adding in a teaspoon of the brine. The brine has salt. So that is the reason why I added only 1/3 teaspoon of sea salt. This brine is also rich in healthy probiotics. Add in some water and I'm going to blend this into a chutney consistency. Pour the chutney into a bowl. For the tadka, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon wood pressed coconut oil. Once the oil is heated, I'm adding in 1/2 teaspoon mustard seeds. Once the mustard seed starts to splutter, add in 2 whole red chilies, 2 shallots sliced, 1 sprig of fresh curry leaves. Give it a stir. Allow the shallots to turn golden. Pour the tadka over the chutney. And my super healthy, probiotic rich coconut chutney is ready to serve. And I'm going to make soft spongy idlis with this dosha batter. I'm greasing my idli mold with wood pressed gingerly oil, also known as sesame oil or till oil or nallenna in Malayalam. And pour in 1 ladleful of the dosha batter. And once steam starts to come out from the steamer, place the idli mold in the steamer, cover and steam cook until the idlis are done. Once the idlis are done, allow it to cool down slightly and then transfer to a plate. And my super healthy sprouts idli is ready to serve. Kids will not even guess that there is the goodness of sprouts in this idli. It is super soft and super healthy. Let me just show you how soft the idlis are. To make set dosha, I'm heating my cast iron tawa and I'm greasing it with wood pressed gingerly oil, also known as sesame oil. Once the tawa is heated, reduce the flame to the lowest. Pour in 1 ladleful of the dosha batter and lightly spread it into a round circle. Drizzle a little bit of wood pressed sesame oil, cover and let it cook. A couple of minutes later, open the lid. See the holes on top of the set dosha. This shows fermentation happened really well. Transfer the soft and spongy set dosha onto a serving plate. And my super healthy sprouts set dosha is ready to serve. See how soft and spongy this set dosha is. On the 3rd day, I usually make crispy doshas. And as you can see, the batter is still thick. Generally on the 3rd day, what I usually do is I'll add some extra water, maybe about 1/4 cup of water or as much as water is needed to thin out the batter. So add little water initially and then see whether you need more water. Okay, now the batter is perfect to make crispy doshas. See the consistency of the batter. It should be of a free-flowing consistency. I'm heating my cast iron tawa and I'm greasing it with wood pressed gingerly oil. Pour in 1 to 1.5 ladleful of the dosha batter and spread it out as thinly as possible into a round thin dosha. Drizzle in a little bit of wood pressed sesame oil. Cover and cook until the dosha is crispy. A couple of minutes later, open the lid and you can see the dosha has started to get crisp. These days I prefer to cover and cook the dosha. Hence, I don't feel the need to flip it over. Since it is covered and cooked, the top portion will be cooked thoroughly. So I generally don't flip the dosha over these days. But if you prefer, you can flip the dosha over. Transfer this super crispy sprouts dosha onto a serving plate. And my crispy sprouts dosha is ready to serve. See how crispy the dosha is. On the 4th day, I usually make Uthappams. Today I'm making onion Uthappam. I'm greasing my cast iron tawa with wood pressed gingerly oil. Pour 1 to 1.5 ladleful of the dosha batter and lightly spread it out. Finely chopped onion, some fresh curry leaves. I'll drizzle in a little bit of wood pressed sesame oil. Cover for about a minute. About a minute later, open the lid and lightly press down the onions into the batter. Cover and allow it to cook. 2 minutes later, open the lid and my onion uthappam is ready to serve. I don't usually flip it over as it is covered and cooked. And my sprouts onion uthappam is ready. So guys, do try these 4 recipes and let me know in the comments how it turned out. Thank you for watching and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.